Welcome to Headstones and Microphones, where we use AI to step into the past through a researched, first-person simulation of history's most interesting people. I am your host, Calvin. While we've added some creative storytelling, our goal is to inspire your own study of these fascinating lives. Now let's meet our guest. Today, we are joined by a legend of the court, whose heart and hustle defined an era of college basketball. For those who may somehow not know who you are you?
Hey Calvin, for those who don't know, I'm Hank Gathers. Most people remember me as the guy from Loyola Marymount who played at 100 miles an hour. I love the game, I love my teammates, and I just love to compete.
We are so happy to have you. Let's go back to the very beginning. When and where were you born?
I was born on February 11, 1967, right in the heart of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Philly is a basketball city through and through, and being born there, I think it was just in my blood from day one.
And what was your given name at birth?
My full name is Eric Wilson Gathers Jr.
Is there a story behind your birth name?
Well, I was named after my father, Eric Sr., but everyone just knew me as Hank. It was one of those things where the nickname just stuck and became who I was to the world.
Growing up in Philly, what was your hometown like?
Oh, it was tough, but it made me who I was. I grew up in the Raymond Rosen projects in North Philly. It was a place where you had to grow up fast, you know? But for me, the playground was my sanctuary. That's where I learned to be relentless.
What was your family life like back then?
My mom, Lucille, was my rock. She worked so hard for us. I had my brothers too. Derek and I were always together. We didn't have much in terms of money, but we had a lot of love and a lot of support. Family was everything to me.
What kind of kid were you?
I was energetic. I couldn't sit still. I was always the kid with a ball in his hand, looking for a game. I think I was also pretty focused for my age because I knew I wanted to use basketball to help my family.
Even the toughest kids have fears. What were your biggest fears growing up?
Growing up in the projects, your biggest fear is just not making it out. You see a lot of people get stuck or take the wrong path. My fear was being average and staying stuck in that cycle.
What did you dream of becoming as a child?
Honestly, I dreamed of being exactly what I became, a professional basketball player. I used to watch the Big Five in Philly and the 76ers and think, that's going to be me.
Moving into your school years, what were some of your favorite activities?
Basketball, and more basketball. At Dobbins Tech, it was all about the Mustangs. I spent every second I could in that gym with my best friend, Bo Kimball. We were a duo from the start.
Did you ever have a normal first job?
Man, my first real job was working on my game, but I did some odd jobs around the neighborhood, anything to help out my mom or get a little extra for some gear.
Was there a moment where you realized you were different from everyone else on the court?
It was during high school at Dobbins. When Bo and I led that team to the public league title in '85, I realized that my motor, my energy was just different. I could outrun and outwork anyone. I realized then that I had a gift.
What's a decision that changed everything for you, but felt small at the time?
Deciding to transfer from USC to Loyola Marymount, at the time it felt like a huge risk leaving a big school, but Paul Westhead's system at LMU was made for me. It changed my whole career.
What was your biggest break?
Definitely finding LMU. Coach Westhead told us we were going to lead the nation in scoring, and we did. Becoming the second player ever to lead the nation in scoring and rebounding in the same season, that was the moment the whole country knew who Hank Gathers was.
What were your biggest struggles before that success?
The transfer process was hard. Having to sit out a year because of NCAA rules was tough for a guy like me who just wants to play. And honestly, just proving that a kid from the Philly projects could handle the academics and the life in LA.
Did you ever consider quitting?
Never, not once. Quitting wasn't in my vocabulary. If things got hard, I just worked harder. That's the Mamba mentality before they even had a name for it.
Were there any specific daily habits or routines that you feel were essential to your success?
Hard work. Every morning, early in the gym, I used to tell people, I'm the hardest working man in basketball. I made sure I was in better shape than anyone else so I could run the system for 40 minutes straight.
What job would you have had if fame never happened?
I love being around kids and giving back. I probably would have been a coach or a mentor in Philly, helping kids like me find their way out through sports or education.
What was your life like before the fame really hit?
It was simple. It was about the grind. Living in the dorms, hanging with Bo, and just focusing on the next game. I didn't need much, I just needed a hoop and a chance.
How did relationships change after success?
You definitely see who your real friends are, but for me, I stayed close to the ones who were there from the start. My family and Bo. They kept me grounded.
Did fame bring you happiness?
It brought me the ability to help my family, and that made me happy. But the real joy was always the game itself, the feeling of a fast break or a big dunk. That's where the true happiness was.
What was the downside of becoming famous?
The pressure. Everyone expects you to be perfect every night, and there's a lot of noise. People start talking about you like you're just a stat sheet instead of a person.
What misconceptions did people have about you?
Some people thought I was just a system player, that I only put up numbers because of our fast pace. I wanted to show them I was a complete player, a real pro prospect.
What was your darkest moment?
Collapsing for the first time in December '89 during a game, it was scary. Being told something was wrong with my heart, that was a heavy weight to carry.
What past regrets did you carry?
I don't like to look back with regrets. I lived every day with gusto, as Coach Westhead would say. If anything, I wish I could have spent even more time with my son, Aaron.
What's something people misunderstood about your life?
People saw the intensity on the court and thought I was all business, but off the court, I was a joker. I loved to laugh and make sure everyone around me was having a good time.
Tell me about a time when everything went wrong and how did you handle it?
When I was at USC and things weren't clicking with the coaching there, it felt like I was wasting my talent. I handled it by taking a leap of faith and moving to LMU, even though I had to start over.
Did fame and fortune change your life?
It changed my circumstances for sure. I could take care of my mom, but inside, I was still the same kid from the Raymond Rosen projects who just wanted to win.
What personal battles were you fighting privately?
Dealing with the medication for my heart condition, it made me feel sluggish, and that was the hardest thing for a guy who lived on high energy. Finding that balance was a daily struggle.
Who had the biggest influence on your life?
My mother, Lucille, she showed me what real strength looks like, and basketball-wise, Bo Kimball. We pushed each other to be great every single day.
What was life like in your final years?
It was a whirlwind. I was a first-team All-American, we were winning games, and I was looking forward to the NBA. I was living my dream at the highest level.
What were you working on in your career before you passed away?
I was focused on leading LMU to a deep run in the NCAA tournament. I wanted to prove that our small school could beat the Giants. I was also preparing for the NBA draft. I was projected to be a lottery pick.
When and where did you pass away?
It was March 4th, 1990, at Gerson Pavilion right there on LMU's campus.
What happened?
I had just finished a huge alley-oop dunk. Man, it felt good. And I was heading back on defense. My heart just couldn't keep up. I collapsed on the court. It was hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, a heart condition I'd been dealing with.
What's a random fact about you most people have never heard?
I was actually a pretty good student. I took my classes seriously at LMU. I wasn't just an athlete, I wanted that degree.
What's the craziest rumor ever told about you?
Some people thought Bo and I were related because we were always together. We were brothers by choice, not by blood, but I took it as a compliment.
What was your most unique habit?
I used to talk to myself on the court. I'd pump myself up, tell myself I was the best. It kept my energy at a 10.
What was your favorite food?
Oh, I loved a good Philly cheesesteak, of course. You can't take the Philly out of the boy.
Did you have a favorite restaurant?
Back in Philly, any local spot that served a real authentic hoagie or steak. In LA, I just liked anywhere my teammates were hanging out.
What was your favorite book?
I enjoyed books about success and mindset, anything that could give me an edge or help me understand how to be a better leader.
Did you have any known rivalries?
Every team in the WCC was a rival, but specifically whenever we played the big schools like LSU or UNLV, I felt like I had something to prove.
Tell us a story nobody talks about.
Before games, Bo and I had these secret handshakes and routines that were just ours. It was our way of saying, it's us against the world. It gave us a bond that nobody could break.
What's your funniest behind-the-scenes moment?
Probably some of the stuff that happened on our long bus rides. We were a crazy group of guys. I remember one time we had a full-on singing competition on the bus. I won, obviously, even if my teammates say otherwise.
Did you ever prank someone?
All the time. I'd hide teammates' shoes or jump out from behind lockers. You have to keep the mood light when you're working that hard.
What was the most outlandish purchase you made?
I didn't really have the chance to make outlandish purchases, but I remember being so proud to buy my first nice suit for award ceremonies. I felt like $1 million.
What advice would you give people chasing success?
You have to have a relentless work ethic. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't do it. And most importantly, play and live with all your heart. Don't hold anything back.
Hank, do you have any closing remarks about the interview or the stories you shared that you would like to share with the listeners before signing off?
I just want to say thank you for remembering me. Life is short, so make every second count. Play hard, love your family, and never give up on your dreams. Thank you so much for having me, Calvin. This was a blast.
Thank you, Hank, for sharing your incredible spirit with us. From the courts of Philly to the heights of LMU, your legacy is one of pure heart. And that wraps up another conversation from Beyond the Grave. Thanks for joining us on the Headstones and Microphones podcast. Remember, legends may die, but their stories never do. Please help spread the word by sharing and following the pod.